Okay, let's do this fucking shit.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Never on Time MSF News. I'm doing this video quite a few days late. It is Wednesday, February 12th, and I've just had a busy weekend and week for that matter. So, if you have been following the videos, you'll notice the last 2 weeks' videos have actually been quite late. Now, they were recorded and posted on that corresponding Friday. But what happened was I had a game freeze while I was in an arena battle, and I had to take a video of it and send it to support to get my compensation. Well, for some reason it wouldn't upload to Google Drive, so I figured I'd just upload it to YouTube, mark it private, send them the link. Well, apparently that set my future videos to private by default. And by the time I realized it was about a week past due. So I apologize for that, and I will be double checking the status of those videos when I post them. So, but enough of that. We got Namor has been added into the raid store for 1,400 raid credits. And the Valentine's Day poll has been completed, and we will be getting Vision Blitz coming up in the future. Okay, they've also fixed, apparently there was an issue of the interaction when Black Bolt killed Hela and one or more Gregs. I have yet to unlock Black Bolt, so I'm not sure what the issue was there, but it has been addressed and fixed. So, let's take a look at last Friday's blog post. Okay, we got Cupid's Battlefield. It says, "Greetings, Commanders. Love is in the air this month, and we've got an event lined up that's sure to make your enemies tumble head over heels. We also have improvements coming to the game economy, milestones you can bond with, because it's the symbiote Spider-Man milestone. A legendary event that'll make Cyclops' heart flutter, and blitzes for those who love controllers. Now grab your heart-shaped arrows and prepare for battle." Okay, first item here we have Cupid's Battlefield. Cozy up to Cyclops character shards with the upcoming Cupid's Battlefield. This event revolves around the Ruby Heart Orb, which contains characters known for pairing up and features Cyclops at a higher drop rate. Take aim at Ruby Heart Orb fragments with these milestones. Beloved Battles Blitz milestone. Win Blitz battles using characters with the limited time Valentine trait to earn Ruby Heart fragments, Cyclops shards, and other rewards. Heartbreaker milestone. Open Ruby Heart orbs to earn points and Cyclops character shards. Blitzes. You can also find Ruby Heart orb fragments in the Synthoid Blitz, Kid Arachnid Blitz, and the Sonic Resonance Blitz. With the Kid Arachnid Blitz is Miles Synthoid. Is that Spider-Man? Yeah. Okay, Spider-Man Symbiote, reoccurring milestone. Swinging into the recurring milestone reward is Spider-Man Symbiote, the corrupted brawler. Bond with the friendly neighborhood character shards by engaging in battles, using campaign energy, and spending gold. Basically, the normal milestones we have every day, but they're quite stingy on the drops on those. I believe the gold milestone has 5 shards, and the campaign energy, I think, only has 2. But I know the the gold milestone is 5, because we've had 2 so far, and I have a total of 11 shards. 10 from the 2 gold milestones, and 1 so far from the campaign energy. So, I don't know. I hope these milestones go on for a while, because this is, if I remember correctly, this is more stingy than they were with the Coulson milestones. War Store. Heavy news. Graviton is heading to the War Store next week. Recruit and rank up the Gravity Enforcer to impose your will on the competition. Next legendary event. Returning to greet Cyclops on the battlefield is Phoenix, the Omega legendary character for the X-Men. To harness the power of the Phoenix Force, you'll need your top villain mystic controllers: Hela, Loki, Mordo, Nobu, Ronan, and Hand Assassin. So basically, we have one more choice than we did last time. Before Hela, you had to have Loki, Mordo, Nobu, Ronan, and Hand Assassin. And I agree with Mobile Gamer. Nobu is trash. Upcoming blitzes. Blitz your way to Tua Strike Force top controllers for this week. First up, Mr. Fantastic, whose blitz will feature a 4-hour cooldown for this event only. Next up is Vision, whose blitz was chosen by the community and will feature the usual 2-hour cooldown. As always, we appreciate your feedback regarding blitz cooldown timers, so please keep it coming. I'm actually kind of liking the 4-hour cooldowns. Lately, I'm usually in about that top 2% bracket. Rarely do I get into the top 2,000. Just haven't had the time really to be blitzing all the time. So I think the 4-hour cooldown definitely works better for me personally. Mercenary event, this already passed. So it's time for another Merc Gold Rush. Lead your top mercenaries into battle for a chance to earn piles of gold in the Payday Flash event. To assist in your heist, Mercenary Mayhem is coming back around as well. Earn twice the number of mercenary shards in event campaigns. As said, that already passed. Killmonger ability update. The text for Killmonger's basic ability, Focus Fire, was displaying the incorrect bonus attack damage percentage of 330% at level 7. We have since changed the text to reflect the current amount of 240%. In light of the change, if you would like to have your orange ability materials and gold returned in exchange for returning Killmonger's basic ability to level 6, please contact customer support within the next 2 weeks. So that would got about a week left to do that. Challenge, this is something we've been waiting for a while. Challenge tier updates. Test your might, the might of your top teams with the new challenge tiers. The following challenge tiers have been added. Catalyst of Change, added tiers 9 and 10. Medical Supply Run, added tiers 10, 11, and 12. Orb Fragments, added tier 11 and 12. Gold Rush, added tier 11 and 12. Training Day, added tier 11 and 12. Ability Enhancements, added tier 11 and 12. These are hard. I've only been able to 3-star, I believe, 4 of them. And 2 of those are the medical supply run. I was determined to unlock at least one of them so I could get the promotion credits. It's only like 22, but it's something. Economy improvements. We wanted to do a quick follow-up on some of the changes to the economy that we announced in last week's blog about our early 2020 roadmap. One of the things discussed was making Orange Gear orbs purchasable in the raid store starting in the second half of February. We've since made the change and it's live in the game right now. We also stressed the importance for us as a dev team to continue to generate avenues of accessibility for Orange Gear and other resources. And we've already implemented some of those changes in Marvel Strike Force. Specifically, we have added an additional row of Orange Gear items in the gold supply store, including a slot with improved chances to see items required for Gear Tier 14. Increased the minimum output of gold orb by 30,000 gold and added a 2 million jackpot to each side pillar. We've also increased the amount of gold dropped in basic orbs 10 times to 100 times, and premium orbs 5 times to 20 times, depending on the pillar. The old amounts were outdated, and it was time for the reevaluation. Added a new dedicated Orange Gear pieces in the raid store. Made the Orange Gear raid orb purchasable for 2,500 raid credits. The cost of the purple and blue gear raid orbs have been reduced to 1,500 and 1,000 raid credits, respectively. As we mentioned last week, we'll continue to examine the economy for improvements and look for ways to increase the outflow of resources throughout the game in the coming months. Clarifying farmable character cadence. We understand there was some confusion regarding our plans on making characters farmable in last week's blog, so we'll clarify. Our goal remains to make at least 2 characters farmable per month. There may be occasional months where we fall short of this goal, but we'll strive to provide more months like February where we exceed that goal. For the month of February, the newly farmable characters are Namor, who entered the raid store and raid orb a few days ago, Graviton, who is landing in the war store next week. As for Colossus, the long-awaited arrival is expected later this month, and we'll have more specifics in the coming weeks. Okay. A note on red stars. Finally, we also want to touch on the topic of red stars again. We understand that the red star system does not offer the same reliable means of character progression found in many systems within Strike Force, which, combined with the degree of power the red stars provide, has become a point of frustration for many players. We share that concern and want to improve the system by injecting greater agency into the way that doesn't undermine its positives or the investment players have made in the red stars. Yeah, the that jump that you get for 6 red stars and even more for 7 red stars, that's pretty significant. I have only managed to pull 1 7 red star, and that was Wasp, a character that really have no use for. But the fact that I do have her at 7 red stars, I geared her up and took her all the way up to 75, gear tier 13. So if they reduce the bonuses for 6 and 7 red stars, that would not feel very good at all. Um, so I'm hoping they don't do that, especially with it as rare as it is for anyone to get a 7 red star on a character. I think Casino is actually still waiting for his first 7 red star. Um, a lot of this whole fix MSF movement, um, that's it sounds like they want the red stars to be more selective. I mean, yeah, it is a random system, but I'm actually okay with it being a random system because that's the one element of chance that you can't just throw a ton of money at and have, you know, the most overpowered character. Otherwise, the whales would just buy their way up to 7 red stars and, take the meta arena team and just spend till they have the whole team 7 red stars. And I don't think that would be particularly healthy for the game. Um, there is definitely something to be said against RNG based progression, but I don't think red stars are that horrible as far as that goes. Um, 4 red stars is pretty much uh, baseline where you want to be with a character, and that's not that hard to obtain. You get the occasional 5, 6, 7 red star, and that's just a bonus on top of that. I personally think it kind of levels the playing field more, giving everyone equal chance to have that, you know, god level overpowered character, or even just making an otherwise useless character pretty decent. So I mean, it's not like I mean, if you want to complain about RNG based progress, have any of these people played Galaxy of Heroes? That whole mod system. I I'm working on my Commander Luke team, and I'm trying to get their optimal mods. And I have been farming these things for months, and I only have two out of 6 mods that I'm, and they're not even what the optimal for that character is, but it's close enough that I said, okay, I'm going with that. I've spent too long on this as it is. Now that is an example of bad RNG. So in comparison, I don't think the Red Star system is all that bad. I do definitely think that we should have more availability to the Red Star orb. So enough of my tangent there. Let's see what else I got to say here. The team continues to actively discuss this while testing the potential impact of some encouraging solutions, including the possibility of improving the power curve of red stars and other methods of increasing player influence over the outcome of the system. Notably, it may very well be that some of the changes we've mentioned today might not work as expected. Will have to be revisited as we consider their impact. Further, it is also important to note that any changes we implement will have the same impact on the overall balance of the game. So we need to be extremely mindful not to introduce any unwanted consequences by rushing forward with untested changes. In the end, we need to consider the impact of our proposed changes will have to test them thoroughly. It's too early to commit to specifics about these proposals until we are more confident that we can prove the system meaningfully. Talking about these changes seems long overdue, as many voices in the community have been making useful suggestions about the Red Star system for some time, and we apologize for the delay. The MSF team has packed the pipeline of features like real-time PvP and quality of life improvements. But we have also turned our focus to updating the Red Star system before some of the other items on our checklist. To be clear, this doesn't mean we won't continue working on other improvements to the game, but we understand that we should have focused our efforts on this particular issue sooner. We appreciate the community's patience and the consistent recommendations to improve the system. We believe we can nail down a plan for improvements we want to make in 2 weeks. We will also commit to a future date for when those changes will go live and endeavor to share more details at that time. It is important to us as it is to all of you. Please look forward to our dev blog on February 21st for more details. Thank you, and as always, good luck, Commanders. Alright, now, I'm not for this boycott or necessarily against it. I mean, they do make a lot of good points, but I feel like some of the things, like the gold gear issue, I mean, yeah, it's scarce and it's designed to be that way. I mean, again, Casino said it best. It's meant to be a long grind. You know, they don't want everyone being able to go in Dark Dimension 3 day one and then complaining that there's no new content. I totally agree with that. I mean, I remember Gear 13 was a pain when it came out, but I'm sure that Gear 14, as with Gear 13, you know, those items will become slowly more available as time goes on. But the one thing, if nothing else, that this spending boycott has accomplished is the communication. I mean, we've gotten more information from them in the last 2 weeks than probably in the last 2 months. and I like seeing it. I like knowing that they're working on things and trying to get us a better quality game overall. But at the same time, their response to Fox Next response is it's not good enough. And I kind of fear uh, that mentality will keep up. And I don't think that's healthy for the game either. I mean, I understand that a lot of these people in this boycott are top spenders in the game. So, I mean, kind of like being a shareholder on a corporation. I mean, you should, have a voice. I get that. But I don't know. I from these last two blog posts, it sounds like, and yeah, you can argue that a lot of this was in the works, but I don't think there's any doubt that this whole boycott has definitely lit a fire under their ass to get this all rolled out. And, they're saying, hey, we're not here sitting with our thumb up our asses. We got all this new content that we're working on, and we're trying to address these issues. So I don't know. I mean, maybe if I was one of those people spending thousands of dollars a month in this game, I might feel a little different on the issue. But as a mostly free to play player, I mean, I think lifetime I've maybe spent like $300 total in the game. I believe I've mentioned that before. But I definitely like the communication. I was starting to feel that things were getting a little stagnant as well. But I wasn't thinking like, hey, they're working on all this stuff. It's just, you don't see that. But hopefully this communication will keep up with them and we'll be more informed as to what's coming into the game. All right, now we got some data mines we're going to go over real quick here. Let's see. Okay, right here we got the announcement for the Cyclops milestones, which are going to start the day before Valentine's Day, February 13th, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard. And that's all information that was otherwise in that blog post. So, all the new challenges that's been implemented. Blog post just read that. All right, now it's for that's just for the 4-hour cooldown on the Mr. Fantastic Blitz. Excuse me. Yeah, Symbiote Spider-Man. Here we go. This was actually announced in game as well. But we do have Toad coming into the game. It says, Toad, the new controller for the Brotherhood of Mutants is on the way. Be on the lookout for the first chance to recruit him in the upcoming event campaign. Misfit Misadventures. Lick the competition with his abilities. Controller for the Brotherhood of Mutants. Applies offense down and slow with basic attack. Exclusive synergies with Blob coming soon. Chain attacks that prolong negative effects and clear positive effects. Event requirements, limited time misfit trait, which will be available following the next update. Jumpstart your Brotherhood team with Toad. So it's good to see that we're finally going to get to round out that Brotherhood team now that we have lost Mystique and Sabretooth to the Marauders. Excuse me again. And again, our Heroes Chapter 7 coming. No date on that yet. But it looks like different nodes are going to be specific to certain characters. For nodes 1 through 3, it's going to be city characters. Nodes 4 through 6, global characters. And nodes 7 through 9, cosmic. And interesting that that's the same requirements we'll have for Dark Dimension 3. As Graviton coming to the War Store. And here we have Beast Kit. Okay. Counter. Attack target for 57, 80, 97, 120, 135, 154, 205% damage. 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17% piercing. Okay, so obviously it's listing the damage percentages for every ability level. So for the sake of simplicity, I'm just going to read the max level of the ability. Basic. Attacks target for 135% damage and chain to 3 to 4 targets. Cannot attack stealth targets. Special. Cost 3, start 3. Heal lowest HP ally for 30% of this character's max health, plus 4,200. Remove 2 debuffs from healed ally. Attack primary target for 163% damage. Healed ally attacks primary target for 300% damage. It's always nice to see healing abilities that attack as well. Ultimate, cost 4, start 4. Attack primary target for 245% damage. Apply plus 2 to all buffs for up to 10. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Apply plus 2 to all buffs up to 10 for X-Men allies. That's that 4 should be after the up to 10. Max plus... Oh, no. I stand corrected. It's up to 10 X-Men allies. Or is it... No, it's got to be the buffs plus 10 and max plus 7 X-Men allies. Because plus 10 X-Men allies doesn't make sense because you can only have 10 on the field at a time, and Beast is one of them. So at most you would have 9 allies, and that's, I don't know, maybe a like the events where you get characters, mission provided characters, And there's really no one to make summon, so that would the only way that could even be possible. But anyways, apply +2 offense up to 1 random X-Men Blaster Brawler Controller ally. Apply +2 defense up to random X-Men Protector. Apply +2 speed up to random X-Men ally support. Grant 1 ability energy to 1 X-Men support. Apply +3 deflect to random non-X-Men ally. Passive on heal. Passive heal on turn X-Men character with least health for 15% of Beast's max HP. Apply +2 regen to that character. Spawn with +1 charge up to 7. Apply +30% damage to X-Men allies. Apply +30 HP to X-Men allies. So I think that would definitely suit Raid well. And his traits are Hero, Global, Mutant, Support, X-Men. Very nice. Okay, so I've gone over everything that's been added to the game currently, and the things coming in the very near future. So the only thing coming now that we need to talk about is the Legendary and Flash event calendar. Okay, we have Valentine's Day, February 14th, Phoenix. February 23rd, Star-Lord. March 10th, Invisible Woman. March 24th, Nick Fury. April 4th, Black Bolt. April 19th, Magneto. And they still have the old date for Shuri. So I'm going to say that it's going to be in early May. That's just pure speculation on my part. And the only Flash event we currently have a date for is March 16th, Block Party. So, and obviously, we just had the Payday event. And we will have, we had the Relic Hunt a little earlier. So, no dates on either of those at the moment. So, I think I will finish up this alpha. Oh, and yeah, we also had the alpha raids start back. See, I'm always forgetting something. So, I'm going to finish this up here. Open up a couple orbs and call it a night. And I'll try to get back on my schedule after the blog post is posted on Friday. So I kind of want to, hopefully they're going to tell us what the Valentine characters are that we're going to use for the Cyclops event. And I really hope that event is going to be longer than like a week or so. Just the fact that it's a Valentine's Day themed event, I feel like it might not stick around too long. So, luckily, I have been purchasing the orbs for cores. So I got like I think 26 Cyclops shards right now. So depending on how long this milestone for him is going to be up there, I don't know how readily available he is, but at the same time, I'm not going to freak out over it like a lot of people did when Coulson was announced, and they didn't even say at the time how long it would be, or the milestone would be available, and people were freaking out doing the math and be like, oh my god, if you don't do all this, you're not gonna unlock them, and just a lot of unnecessary panic. So I am not going to panic now. But I fear that it might not stick around too long. So we'll see. We'll see how long that sticks around for. And do we have anyone featured in Red Star right now? Damn it, stop it. So got Symbiote Spider-Man still. Oh, let's see what we get. Boo. Okay, well, I only had one there. So. And I am still kind of semi-hoarding orbs. Because I really have no need to open a bunch of them right now. But I want to keep that stockpile in case we get another orb opening milestone. Can always use training materials, so. You know what? I don't think the milestone orbs are included in those orb opening up milestones. I might be wrong, but you know what? I got a ton of them, so let's just see. Now that I got the 6 Red Star promotion on Captain Marvel, kind of hoping I can get her up to 7 stars. And of course, she is not going to drop for me. How rude. Yeah, not a single one. Wow. That's my luck, though. Like, no, you got her at 6 red stars. You don't need to go any higher with her. So, that gave me another Optimus orb. Another premium, too. Let's see here. Yeah. Pretty sure the gamma orbs aren't on there either, so go ahead and open those. Alright guys, well that's all I got for this week. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in a couple days. Till then, have a good week.